So speaking of TV moments, let's talk about some of our favorite TV moments, or let's talk about some of the most shocking TV moments. Not of our own, but of the world. So the world's most shocking television moments. Bum ba da bum. Bum ba da bum. Shocking TV moments. Okay, we're gonna start off talking about the Madonna and Britney kiss. Oh my God. Do you remember that?
I do.
That was a shocking moment right there.
Yes.
And but you know what's funny? She also kissed Christina Aguilera and nobody ever talks about that.
Yeah, why is that?
Isn't that weird? People only talk about Madonna kissing Britney.
Well, you know what? I guess because the Britney kiss was so much more sultry. Like Britney Spears got into that kiss. Christina just gave a little...
Yeah, there she is, Christina as well.
And hers was really fast, it seemed like. Britney's was more sultry and passionate.
Yeah, because it looks like Britney and Madonna were actually enjoying it.
At least Britney.
Yeah. Look at them. They look like they're about to do something.
Right.
So I remember when that happened, and obviously I thought right away, oh, a publicity stunt.
Oh, absolutely.
And stuff. So it was a bit much, but...
And I think, wasn't Britney still looked at as a good girl?
She was back then.
At that time. That's probably another reason why they made it such a big deal.
That's true.
Christina was already in her Dirty album, wasn't she? So she was already
That's true.
not as pristine or whatever.
Now
in
we're
people's
gonna...
eyes.
That's true. So, but they definitely made a bigger deal about her and Britney. That's for sure. So, next up, let's talk about the Janet Jackson Super Bowl incident. That was kind of a shocking TV moment.
Yes.
Oh my God, are we actually showing her boob? I don't know if we could do that.
It has the sun.
Yeah, it does. It does. Did that shock you?
It definitely did. It definitely did. Now, did you see it when it happened? Right when it happened? Because I didn't.
I'll be honest, I watched it, and I didn't even know. And I watched it, and I watched it closely, and I didn't even know, because it was that quick. But I was at work, and I was watching it on television while I was working, so, but I didn't even know until it was all over the news.
Now, do you think that possibly Justin knew that was going to happen, and just Janet didn't know?
No, I think that they knew that they were going to do a stunt, but I don't think that it was supposed to go that far. There was a red lace that was supposed to show, and when he pulled it, it was supposed to show red lace.
And the whole thing came off.
And the whole thing came off. So that's I think what people misunderstand about it. But the truth is, it was an accident. But the red lace was supposed to show, and it was actually the whole thing came out. Yeah. And if you were going to really want to show it, you wouldn't panic and cover it up. So.
Yeah, like, it seems like he pulled way too much off. He was just like he just grabbed a big chunk. Like, it seems like if you were really trying to just grab a little bit so that the lace would show, you would just be a little bit more, dainty and gentle with your pull. He was just like, get it off there.
I mean, I admit he was aggressive.
He was.
He was aggressive with it, but I don't think he meant to flash her boob.
I just don't like how, I feel like he didn't take up for her enough.
That I can definitely agree with. So.
I feel like she was the victim, and she was victimized and treated awfully because of that, and it messed up a lot of career options that she had. And he just was like, cut off the hook.
Well, I think that America is especially hard on ethnic people. So whenever something happens with an ethnic person that's controversial, they focus on that person. Because it seemed like she got a lot of the blame as opposed to them.
Right.
You would think they would get the blame, but she got the blame, and she wasn't even the one who pulled it off.
Right.
So, but I think that, and they got like 500,000 complaints or something, which is sad that many people would complain to the FCC.
Well, it was a family show. And
it's football. What do you mean?
If you think about it, what was the point of showing red lace? I mean,
I mean, it may not have been the greatest idea, but it was a
Like,
stunt.
oh,
It was supposed to be exciting.
And a patch of red lace is gonna be like, ooh.
You're supposed to
Big
kind of
whoop.
like see through the red lace a little bit.
Okay.
It was a stunt because he said, "I'm gonna have you naked at the end of the song."
End of the song.
Right. So, anyways, let's move on because we could talk about that all day, and ain't nobody got time for that. Let's talk about something a little more serious that was a shocking moment. The Rodney King beating trial. Now, this personally really shocks me because I seen the video the other day, and I was really young when this happened, or I don't even know when this happened, but I was either really
Probably
young.
in like the 1990s, right?
I think, yeah, I believe I was a kid, but I watched the video the other day, and the police officers are beating him with a stick, and they have it on videotape, and they were found not guilty.
Yeah. Acquitted.
And again, that brings me to America being harsher on ethnic people.
I think it's a huge race war that's going on in our world too. And it seems like every couple years, or every so often, they have a big scandal like this. But to be honest, things like this happen all day, every day, to all different walks of life, all different types of people. But I notice every so often they make a huge race war, and they highlight black and white issues.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were definitely outraged by those police officers who were just taken off the hook. No big deal.
Well,
And that
it
led
shocks
to a lot
me.
of LA riots.
It did. And it shocks me that we can have this on tape and have proof of it, and a jury can find these police officers not guilty.
Do you think we really have a justice system?
I think it can work at times, but I think at other times it's crap.
Yeah.
Because it really depends on the jury and stuff. And if they pick the jury that they want, they can have the outcome they want, sometimes.
I don't even believe in juries. I really don't. I really, really don't.
Why are you against it?
Well, because, let's face it. A lot of these people, they want to go home. Who likes jury duty? Let's be real.
No, that's true. And I think after a while, they just don't want to debate anymore.
Right.
And
And,
you're
and you all have to reach the same idea.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're sitting there all these weeks, days, months, even years sometimes, and you're going over the same stuff, I think a lot of people just are tired of it, and they don't want it to last for any longer. So they're just like, you know what? This is my verdict. I agree.
After so many hours, yeah.
Just because they just want to end it.
And how the heck
And that's not right.
And how the heck do 12 people really agree
Right.
on an outcome of something?
It makes no sense. Because it's like, if I truly, with all my heart and soul, believe this person is guilty, there ain't nobody who's going to make me think differently, okay?
Yeah, we can sit there and
Or if I
debate
think
till the
someone's
cows
innocent,
come home, but...
There's nothing that's going to change my mind.
Right.
And it's like, but a lot of people, they're swayed because of the long, tedious, enduring jury process.
It's true, and I do believe that sometimes people want to go home.
It's faulty. It's a
They do.
faulty process. It's not.
I agree.
I don't think it's effective or efficient.
Well, we have a lot to go through, so let's move on. Diana Ross touching Little Kim's boob.
And Lil Kim was like, that was a great moment, though. That was great.
There it is.
Yeah, look at her arms, so strong.
I know. It was like an experiment almost. Look at her face, like.
But it's almost like you had to. Anyone who came up and presented something with Lil Kim had to do that. It was just right there.
Diana Ross couldn't resist. Okay, next, let's. I guess we're kind of jumping back and forth, but the Casey Anthony trial was another shocking TV moment. Wouldn't you agree?
I totally agree.
Now, I don't know a lot about the Casey Anthony trial, but I've heard some things, and she also was found not guilty.
Yeah, and there was so much evidence against her, not working in her favor, and somehow she was still found not guilty.
Do you think that is because of the jury system?
I just think our justice system just is corrupt.
Yeah.
And I believe she killed her daughter. But you know what? In all these instances, God will deal with these people. God deals with us all. So even if people don't get acquitted, are found guilty, aren't found guilty, even though they get away in this life, they won't get away in the next.
So you believe their time will, they'll be on another stand, a higher power stand.
Yes. And eternity is a mug. You know what I mean? This life is a quick blink compared to eternity.
And what about O.J. Simpson? He kind of got his later on, though.
He did. Do you think he did it?
I don't know if there's anybody that thinks he didn't do it.
You know what's crazy? One of his defense attorneys looked so shocked. His last name was Kardashian. The Kardashians' father, yes. He was so shocked when the verdict came out not guilty. His mouth was like wide open. He couldn't believe it. And he was OJ's defense lawyer.
Wow.
And he couldn't believe it when they said not guilty. It's like he knew that he was not guilty and just represented him anyway.
And see, that's a situation where the race thing worked in the opposite way.
Because all those cops got off during that Rodney King beating. Since all those cops got off, I think with that case, they were so pressured to make him go free.
Yeah,
because
and they
didn't want another riot. They didn't want. You know what I mean?
I do believe the jury was very pressured in that case, very pressured, because I think they had a lot of proof during the O.J. Simpson.
And that's not a good enough reason to let someone go free just because some other person was brutalized and justice wasn't brought to him, so let this other person of the same color go free. Like, that's not fair. That's not justice.
Well,
where's the justice here, people?
He got justice because where is he right now? He's in jail.
He's in prison now,
He is in prison. So I guess, you can't get away with everything. You're not invincible.
No one is.
You're not invincible.